Hey cruisers, I'm Sherry with Cruise Tips TV. Hey, I don't say that very often anymore, do I? You guys all know who I am. It's so nice to be here for our weekly vlog. Hope everyone is doing great and not sweltering in heat wherever you may live in the country, in the US or the world. We're so glad to have you here today. Wanted to let you know that this vlog is sponsored by cruiseline.com, where you can find reviews, tips, and photos by real everyday cruisers, including us. We love to post there. We hope everyone enjoyed our last few episodes. We had so much fun editing our Cabo Carnival Miracle vlog for our, it was our fourth vlog in our series of what I believe will be 7 vlogs from our Carnival Miracle journey. It took my husband about 2 weeks to edit that. We are so sorry it took so long, but we really wanted to give you guys an awesome view of what was an amazing day sailing in Cabo, so we really enjoyed it. We also hope that you've enjoyed some other things that have been happening on our Cruise Gear channel. We had a lot of fun on Saturday at noon, and we did a live What is in My Beauty Bag episode where we talked all about every single step of my makeup routine. I showed you the products, we talked about brands, I showed you all kinds of different things. We had a blast in the live stream, so thank you all so much to those of you who joined us. Speaking of live streams, I know you all like for me to tell you when our next live stream here on Cruise Tips TV are going to happen. It is going to be Saturday, July 1st at noon Pacific time. So as long as everything goes as planned, that is when we are going to see you live for general cruise Q&A right before that 4th of July weekend happens. So join us. It's a lot of fun. It's very fast paced. Come on over, ask your cruise questions, or if you're a cruise expert, you can contribute. We would love it if you would do that. So I think we've gotten all of our housekeeping items taken care of, and as usual, what we like to do on our weekly vlog is answer questions from our cruising community. People ask us questions on YouTube, on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, on Pinterest, everywhere. So sometimes we like to answer the questions live so that we can share the answers with the world and also get your expertise, because we do not always have all the answers. So let's start today with Daryl McRae, who has a really cool question. Hey Sherry and hubby, my wife Michelle and I are avid cruisers and we love watching your channel. We've got a question for you that maybe you and the rest of the Cruise Tips TV community can chime in on. We're considering Holland America for a potential cruise option that has a really great itinerary, but we have some slight concerns that Holland America is geared more towards the older demographic. Being in our mid-30s, while we're not crazy party animals, we do enjoy a bit more of a lively vibe, especially in the evening. From what we've seen, HAL is known for having more traditional onboard ambiance. We've also noticed, however, that they've started introducing some fresher activities such as America's Test Kitchen, etc. So what they want to know, guys, is if they should give Holland America a try. So I asked Daryl if they'd been on any other cruise lines before, and Daryl said yes, they have. They have been on Princess, Royal Caribbean, Norwegian, Carnival, and Celebrity. They really are avid cruisers. And we also asked where they're going. They're going to the Eastern Caribbean on the Oosterdam. I'm not sure how you say that. I can't remember. I've been on that ship, but I can't remember. So Daryl, what I would like to tell you is that I think you should absolutely give it a try. We've actually sailed several times with Holland America, and we love it. Just to give you an idea, since you have cruised with Princess before, it's going to be a lot like a Princess cruise. They're very similar in the service, in the demographic, and in kind of the quality of the cruise product. Yeah, there will be less things for you to do at night. There will be less nightlife for sure. But you're right, they're introducing a lot more modern offerings. There's a lot out there for you. The service on Holland America, in our experience, is exceptional as well. I know you haven't seen us vlog a Holland America cruise. A lot of that has been because it just hasn't been convenient for us. While we could go sail out of San Diego, and we live in California, we just haven't done it lately. So I think you should try it, especially considering the fact that you've tried a lot of other lines and you're good at being flexible as a cruiser, but you're gonna love the service. You're gonna love the coffee. Their coffee in the dining room at night with dessert is wonderful. You're going to feel pampered and spoiled. One of our favorite cruises of all time, by the way, was in Eastern Caribbean on Holland America. We went on, I was probably the Westerdam, probably around 2005 or 2006, just my husband and I before we had our son, and we had the time of our lives in the Caribbean. It was beautiful, and the ship was lovely, and we really never felt like we were sailing, in a retirement home. And even if we had felt that way, we would have liked it because we actually really enjoy sailing with older people, and we generally, that kind of ends up happening with us because we're really kind of mellow and we enjoy people's company, and it just works that way. So you're gonna love it. Give it a try and let me know how you like it. Hope I answered your question okay today. Gary Bellotti said, can you stand one more question for me? Of course, we can always stand questions from you. Ask away. That's what we're here for. This is Cruise Tips TV, right? With regards to excursions booked through the ship, I've never cruised before, but we'll be going to Alaska on the Ruby Princess soon. When you get off the ship for your excursion, will the excursion company that you booked with be holding signs to let you know where to go, or will they be waiting for you? Do you have to search them out? If not, what is the process to find your excursion tour guide? As you can guess, I'm a worrywart, and I worry about every aspect of pretty much everything. Thank you so much. It sounds like Gary Bellotti is going to, let's see, White Pass Scenic Railway, Glacier Gardens, Mendenhall Glacier, and the Town and Harbor Duck Tour in Ketchikan. Well, Gary, it sounds like you have booked through the cruise line. If that is the case, if you have booked through the cruise line is going to send little tickets to your room that tell you exactly where to meet on the day that you're in that port. So it will tell you what time and exactly where to go. Sometimes you meet on the ship and you go as a group to get off the ship, and sometimes you'll meet right on the dock, and they'll tell you, we're gonna meet you right on the dock. And if they're meeting on the dock, they will absolutely be holding a sign up for you. Maybe not with your name on it, but they're definitely gonna be holding up a sign with the name of your excursion, and you don't need to worry. Show up 15 minutes early though, wherever you're going, just to make sure that you can get there okay. Now, if you're booking with a private excursion company and not the cruise line, they're going to pretty much give you the same information in an email and tell you specifically where to go. This is when you really need to plan a little bit of extra time in case something goes awry because you're not with the cruise line and you don't have anyone you can ask. So, because you're going to be in Alaska, you can turn your cell phone on. You'll have cell service, which is really great. A lot of times when you're cruising to foreign countries, you can't even use your phone if something goes wrong. But ask them for an email detailing exactly where to meet them. In that case, they will probably be holding a sign with your name on it or with the name of the excursion as well. And again, get there 15 or 20 minutes early so that you don't have to worry, but they will meet you off the ship if you booked privately. So I hope that helps you. If you have any more questions, you can always reach out to me. Sam Hanan says, hello Sherry, what are your thoughts on buying insurance from the cruise line? Sam, travel insurance is a very personal thing and we don't recommend the same thing for everybody. But what we like to tell people is we think travel insurance is a very good idea. You don't necessarily need to buy it through the cruise line though. You can ask your travel agent to price it out for you and get you a better deal. Most travel agents have relationships with separate providers that can give you just as good of an insurance product for less money. The general rule about travel insurance, in my opinion, is that the older you are, the more health problems you have, and the more money you spend on your cruise, the more you need travel insurance. So that's food for thought for you. I don't know your personal situation, so give it some consideration. Susan Dykman says, Sherry, thank you so much for sharing info about the laundry room. She's been watching our Carnival Miracle vlogs. We know we'll be using it on our cruise next March, as we will have carry-on only. Eek! One question though, was it difficult to find the machines not in use? You were certainly fortunate to have the laundry room close to your cabin. Thanks for all your helpful videos. I'm addicted to your channel. Thank you, Susan. We really appreciate it. So yeah, it can be a little difficult sometimes to find machines available, but here's a trick for you. What you want to do is use the laundry early in your cruise. So on the first or second day, say you've been traveling towards your destination and you're carry-on only, get in there and iron all your stuff, wash what you can, and avoid the laundry room on formal nights. That's when the laundry room gets really crowded, and also on longer cruises, it gets crowded later in the cruise. So early in the morning can be also a very good time to go. Right before dinner is when it gets really busy with people ironing their shirts. But in general, you should be just fine. Don't worry too much about it. If you're doing laundry in the first 3 days of the cruise especially, you're not gonna have any issues, and go early in the morning. Hope that helps. Andre Williams says, going on Carnival Glory next month and I'm very excited. Can you ask for seconds during your evening dining? Andre, one of the beautiful things about cruising is that yes, you can. You can ask for seconds of the same thing you ordered. You can ask for another entree. You can ask for 2 entrees. You can ask for 3, and they're probably going to bring it to you without any argument at all. So yes, you can. Do not be afraid to get what you want in the main dining room, in the buffet, wherever you want, ask for it. It is included in your cruise fare. We do have a dining room tips. Oh no, I hope we don't have dining room tips. We have a dining room tips and tricks video here on our channel that's a little bit old, but you should definitely watch it because it's going to tell you all about your dining room experience. Bradley C says, question for your next podcast. For Princess Cruise Line or other ones that you've been on, what is your thought on the assigned times for dining? My second question to you is, what was your experience when missing your assigned dining time in the main dining room? Things like things happen like I nap too long, I get seasick but recover in time to get to dinner, or get sucked up in a fun event, etc. Okay, Bradley. To answer your first question, what are my thoughts on assigned times for dining? I prefer assigned dining time. On most cruise lines, there are generally 3 different ways you can dine. Early dining, which is usually between 5:30 and 6:15, or late dining, which on most ships is between 7:45 and 8:15. So those assigned seating times are there for you if you want to choose one of them. I prefer early dining because we have a young child and we don't want to eat too late and I just get hungry, so we prefer early dining. Late dining is great for people who do not have children or who are nocturnal types of people, or who maybe want to enjoy the ship during the day a little bit more. If you want to stay in the pools and hot tubs when they're dead empty because everybody else is getting ready for dinner, that can be a really good reason to book the late assigned dining time. There's also generally on most cruise lines an anytime dining option where you can go to the dining room anytime between 5:30 and maybe say 9:30 at night, and you can take your chances on being able to get a table. You may not be able to choose who you sit with, what table size you have, and you may have to wait. You may be given a pager to wait, so that's risky. We prefer not to do anytime dining because it's too risky for us, and when I'm hungry, I'm hungry. I don't want to wait and have to, hold a pager for 45 minutes because that's no fun at all. So that's kind of my thoughts on that. You definitely, if you're going to be missing your dining experience by more than 15 minutes, 30 minutes on Carnival, that's their new rule, I recommend you don't show up at the dining room. I recommend that you go to an alternative restaurant like the buffet or a specialty dining option because that's probably the best way to do that, and you don't want to upset the staff. It actually throws everything off for the entire dining room staff for set dining times if you show up late. So my experience with that is there really isn't any because I've never been late to dinner, but if I were going to miss it, I would go somewhere else. And we have decided before, hey, we're not going to the main dining room. We're too tired to want to take a nap, but we're going to choose to go to the buffet or make a reservation at a specialty restaurant or something like that. So I hope that's helpful. All right, you guys, now we need to help a few people out. I need your help. Wyatt and Joe have some questions. Wyatt's question first. Wyatt is also going to the Panama Canal, just like we are, and wants to know about, let's see here. So I'm just going to read the whole thing to you. That'll make it easier. Hi, Sherry. Let's see here. We're going to be stopping in several countries on our Panama Canal ocean-to-ocean cruise. What do you suggest we do about national currencies? I know larger stores and restaurants will accept credit cards, but what about street vendors and tipping? Should we exchange American dollars before we go? So guys, they're going to Nicaragua, Costa Rica, Colombia, and Aruba, and Mexico twice. Wyatt, I can tell you for sure in Mexico, you do not need to exchange to pesos. You can, but they will accept American dollars in the ports that you're going to, no problem, and they will accept credit cards. But let's help Wyatt out with regard to Nicaragua, Costa Rica, Colombia, and Aruba. What do you guys think? Cash, local currency, credit cards, how are we rolling on that? Now let's help Joe Holt. Joe wants to know what he can expect on Great Stirrup Key. I believe that's Norwegian's private island, right, guys? What does everyone have to say for Joe about Great Stirrup Key? So that is all the questions that we have this week. Hope you all have enjoyed this vlog. Thank you so much for watching. We cannot wait to see you all on our live stream this Saturday, July 1st at noon, right here on Cruise Tips TV. What you want to do is turn on the notifications. It's a little bell right here on our Cruise Tips TV channel so that if you forget about the live stream, you'll get an email notification saying that we're going live, and you can jump into the live chat, hang out with us, offer your expertise, or get your questions answered. Thank you all so very much for watching, and until next time, we'll see you on the high seas. Bye!
Cruiser of the week!
Hey! Click me to subscribe. Are you waiting for me to do something funny?
I always do.